I'm John, and this is How to Be Human. Whew. I know it's scary out there. Listen, I know we're all tired of talking about this. The situation is crazy. We're all virtually under a shelter-in-place order. We've eaten our way through way too many of our quarantine snacks, and the news from the outside only seems to be getting worse. But I'm a bit of an optimist, and I'm a problem solver, and I'm not content to let these doldrums dictate my mood indefinitely. I want to figure out if there's a way for us to make the best out of this kind of crappy situation. In short, I want to discuss how we can find a silver lining.
Silver lining, you gotta find it. Don't you leave me out under the clouds. All the shadows hiding in my room, screaming, shout, you got a light in you.
So where is that thing anyway? I mean, yeah, it's cool that I get to have coffee with my wife every day, but most of us find ourselves with an abundance of time. We don't have to just stare and look at the walls. We can use this as an opportunity to grow. We can download a book and read it, or maybe get better at cooking. There are so many things that we can do to come out of this crisis better than we came into this crisis. Which leads me to the next thing. Family. Whether you're best friends with your mom, your dad, and your siblings, or you're kind of estranged.
Oh my God, ew, David!
Family is kind of important. Whether you like it or not, they likely made you into the person that you are today. And that's worth considering. So, maybe use this as an opportunity to clear up a misunderstanding, learn to forgive each other. And if you're on good terms, maybe there's an interest that you've always wanted to share with them, but you all lead such busy lives. Take this as an opportunity to get to know each other better. We may not always know people as well as we think we do. Rest. This is one that we often forget about, but rest is important. When was the last time you really rested? Checked in with yourself? I know this will be hard for some of you because many of us say, I can rest when I die. But I've got news for you. You might find yourself resting a little sooner than later if you don't make time for it now. And that need to always be doing is just as much of an addiction as substance abuse. So take some time and reclaim your life. Play. This one is really enticing for me because I am a big fan of board games. Maybe not that one. Listen, I don't care if it's playing video games or doing a puzzle, painting or building something. Play is a great way to improve your mood, and it can also double as rest. There's a million reasons to be concerned right now, so why not give yourself a reason to be happy and maybe restore some peace to your life? All right, I don't want to be tone deaf here. I know people are getting really sick and some are even dying. Some of you are experiencing a really challenging time right now. Some of us have real anxiety. Some of us aren't sure how our finances are going to be on the other side of this thing. And some of us have to experience all of it alone. And we're realizing the importance of being around other people. Which brings me to my next point. If you can't see the silver lining, be the silver lining. We need each other. I know there's going to be some introverts who push back on that, but people were meant to do life inside of community. I mean, think of how much easier all this would be if we could just hang out with our friends. Or, put another way, is anybody starting to realize the value of teachers right about now? Or grocery store clerks? Or sanitation engineers? Or nurses? See, people need each other for our lives to run smoothly. But what can we do in this time of social or physical distancing? I'm glad you asked. First, check in with your people. I think we can all agree that we live in a time of virtually endless ways to communicate with each other. Use this as an opportunity to catch up with an old friend, encourage each other.
And you're beautiful and you're organized.
And listen. Like, really listen. I don't know about you, but I am terrible at doing this under normal circumstances. But this is an opportunity to really invest in each other. If you pray, do it. If you're not a person of faith, this might not appeal to you. But for those of us who are, it should come as no surprise that this is a time for prayer. At the very least, prayer is a time when you consider the needs of others and not just your own. Right? At least it ought to be. And I think we can all agree that the world could use more other-focused people. Support a local business. Remember my friend from the last episode, the tall one? I was talking to him the other day and he told me that he and his wife had developed a list of local restaurants to check out during this time. They obviously aren't going to eat out every day, but maybe once or twice a week. I thought that was a great idea, and it's something that I try to do on a regular basis anyway. I think entrepreneurs are brave. They have a dream and they go for it. And that spirit is inspiring. So let's try to keep these places around. But it's not just local businesses. Support artists too. It had to be said. I'm a professional videographer and I went to art school. So a lot of my friends are really feeling the strain of this thing. From filmmakers who have to put their dreams on hold to musicians who can't tour their new albums. The art industry is hurting. And I know a lot of people don't see art as essential, but there is absolutely value in things that make our world more beautiful. Things that give words to our feelings or make us feel seen or heard. So let's show these people that they matter. Some of the music you've heard in this episode is from my friend Tyler. This is his band, Sirius Bright.
Silver lining.
And their music was too good not to use. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description, and I hope you'll check him out. In times of tragedy like this, I often find myself asking, why? And unfortunately, there's not a really good answer to that question this time. But one thing I do know is that no one could have anticipated the way that this virus was going to impact all of us. And while that is terrifying, I think there's something beautiful that can come out of this. I think this pandemic shows us something that we all know to be true, but don't often act on. And that's that people are virtually the same. And I think it goes a step deeper. We all reacted the same way. We all got concerned and then scared and then thought about our families and then became aware of our surroundings and then got discouraged and then bored and then lonely and then hungry. And all this is telling because in a world that's divided by distance and language and culture and ideologies, people are people. And that's really good news because the number one factor that leads to fear is the unknown. And if what we've just discussed is true, then maybe we don't need to be as afraid of our earthly cohabitants as we think we do. I think we all lose if we leave this situation the same way we came in. So let's consider what it would mean to use this time to focus on how to be human. Sorry to end that one on a somber note, but this thing is serious. And so if you're being somebody silver lining, thank you so much. The world needs more people like you. And if you haven't quite figured out what that means, look for opportunities to just help people out. The world needs that too. The music, that's one thing. Tyler's band, great. Sirius Bright, still in the description. My old channel mate, Adam, and also my best friend, his wife is in a band. They're called Aggie. I've gotten to know them a lot over the course of the last 6 or 7 months. They're about to come out with a new album, so I will also put their Spotify link down below. Please support these people. They're great musicians, and they're also just really cool people. Aside from that, I hope you're doing well. I hope you are staying safe. I hope you're staying at home. Please do that. It's like the least you can do. There are literal doctors and nurses who are up to their eyeballs in cases and lose sleep at night. So please just stay at home if you can. Great, cool. But yeah, hope you liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.